Hey, I want you to imagine you're outside. You're walking down the street. Maybe you say hi to a friend. Maybe a random person stares at you. Maybe there's people passing that you don't know, but they acknowledge you all the same. Cool. We'll get back to that in a second. But first, I'm gonna start telling a story. So, this past spring, I rescued a rat. When I tell people this, I usually get, "I'm sorry, what?" Or, "Oh, that's nice." Or, an awkwardly silent stare of confusion. The rat wasn't in my building, and it wasn't someone's pet. It was just a rat that I found on the road by Memorial Church. But back to walking. So, you're walking. But maybe it's raining. And maybe it's dark. Or maybe it looks something a little more like this. I was coming back from Annenberg, and I saw 3 people standing still, shining their phone flashlights down onto the path, where a little fluff of a creature was limping very slowly. It stopped and shivered. Behind its left leg, on the snow-ridden ground, was a shining trail of blood. The following progression of events happened quite quickly and much to the shock of those present. I emptied my Hud's bag and knelt down beside the creature, who I later dubbed Remy. I placed the open bag before the rat and suspended my hand in the air above them. "Hey, it's okay. I'm sorry. I know. I need you to go in this bag." Remy eyed me for a moment, completely still. Rats, by the way, are smarter than dogs and are cleanly, empathetic, social animals. They will respond to given names, can recognize emotion and facial expressions, and will form such deep bonds to human companions that if given away or forgotten, they will actually pine away and can die. I stroked the rat's back. Everyone gasped, and Remy walked into the bag. A cardboard box, some paper towels, and a cup of Hud's croutons later, Remy was secured outside. And I spent the next 3 hours making phone calls and leaving voicemails and writing emails and sending text messages trying to figure out who was going to help me. A stigmatized animal, one seen as dirty or diseased or dangerous, is not an animal that most people want to see live. There are no animal rescue numbers for rodents. The college has a pest control program that pays for their extermination. I was getting really frustrated. Until I finally found a Boston Wildlife Rehabilitator database. And there, I finally found help. Too late. Now, I did say I rescued a rat, but that isn't completely true, because Remy did die. What I had seen in the road was not the result of a leg injury, but instead was a product of rat poisoning. And every rehabilitator I had contacted confirmed this difficult truth. Remy had died a cruelly slow and painful death from human-engineered internal bleeding. I cried. I screamed into the phone at 2 a.m. to my mom, my sibling, whoever would listen. This beautiful little creature had been lying on the pavement in the freezing cold, slowly being murdered by a profitable chemical compound devised for destruction, because humans had decided that not only would we dig up millions of their burrows to build on the land they used to inhabit, drive dangerous vehicles through the remaining routes of travel, and decimate their natural food sources, but then have the audacity to intentionally exterminate them one by one through methods we ironically deem humane after determinedly weighing our tremendously overblown value in human life. What are we doing? Why is testing on rodents still so widely accepted and even praised in the scientific community? And why do we take pride in eliminating pests? What even is a pest? I see ducks at night, huddled together in the horribly polluted Charles River. Watch geese nibble that narrow stretch of grass ridden with runners and bikers. See turkeys in shouting matches with cars on Mass Ave, screaming for the right to not be run down. Hear robins crying out to one another at 4 a.m. because the lights in the yard mimic daylight. And I watch my classmates determinedly yelling, "Kill it!" at the sight of insects indoors. Last semester, I tried to guard a baby squirrel in a fear-free spell from getting trampled by passerby, and one friend impatiently uttered, "Guys, it's just a squirrel." Who lives? Who dies? And who gets to decide? These creatures ask nothing of us, yet we take. They are simply trying to exist in a place we have made it impossible to survive. And when a creature ventures inside for warmth or shelter or nourishment, we chemically slaughter them and call it public health protocol. So really, who are the pests after all? So you're walking down the street, right? Maybe it's dark, and maybe it's raining.